Hello there, Mr. Sutton here with the IM3 710 Part 1 homework solutions on the other trigonometric functions.
On this one, we're trying to figure out the tan of 315 degrees. So thinking about reference angles, 315 is 45 degrees away from 360, so that's our reference angle. And in quadrant 4, the tangent, the slope, is a negative value. So this is going to be negative tan of 45 degrees. Now we know that tan of 45, this is a good one to memorize, tan of 45 is 1, so this just comes out to negative 1. To find the cotan of 0, we're going to rewrite this as cosine of 0 over sine of 0. Cosine of 0 is 1, sine of 0 is 0, so this is going to be undefined. For this problem, we're trying to figure out cosecant of 225. The reference angle on this one, this is closest to the 180 line. This is 45 degrees away from 180, so that's our reference angle. Cosecant behaves like sine, which is negative down in quadrant 3 because y values are negative below the x-axis. So this is going to be negative cosecant of 45 degrees. Now we can rewrite this as negative 1 over sine of 45 degrees. Sine of 45 we know is radical 2 over 2. So 1 over that is going to give us 2 over radical 2. And don't forget, we still have this negative hanging around here. So if I multiply by root 2 over itself, I get 2 root 2 over 2 with a negative out in front. And the 2's are going to cancel, leaving me with just negative radical 2. To find the tan of pi over 2, let's convert this to degrees. This is our good friend 90 degrees. So we're asking about the tangent at the top of the unit circle. Now one way you could do this is to turn this into sine of 90 over cosine of 90. Sine of 90 is 1, cosine of 90 is 0, so that's undefined. Another way you could think about this is tan is the slope of the angle, and the slope, if you have a perfectly vertical line going up to 90 degrees, would be undefined. To figure out cotangent of pi over 2, I'm going to rewrite this as cotan of 90 degrees. So that's going to be cosine of 90 over sine of 90. Cosine of 90 is 0, sine of 90 is 1, so 0 over 1 equals 0. For this problem, let's begin by converting this into degrees. 180 divided by 6 is 30, times 5 is going to be 150 degrees. And then the reference angle on this one, this is going to be 30. We're 30 away from the 180 line. And secant, that's really like cosine. That's x values. That's going to be negative over in quadrant 2. Because we're to the left of the y-axis. So this is going to be negative secant of 30 degrees. Next, this is really 1 over cosine of 30 degrees with a negative out in front. And the cosine of 30 degrees, that's radical 3 over 2. So this is negative 1 over root 3 over 2. Reciprocal of this is going to be negative 2 over radical 3. And if we multiply by root 3 on the top and the bottom to get that radical out of the denominator, we end up with negative 2 root 3 over 3. For this one, we're doing secant of 120. Reference angle on this one is going to be 60. That's how far away we are from the 180 line. And secant's a lot like cosine. It deals with x values, which are negative to the left of the y-axis. So this is going to be negative secant of 60. And then this is really negative 1 over cosine of 60 if we use the reciprocal there. Cosine of 60 is 1/2, so this is negative 1 over 1/2, which I can just turn into, if I same change flip this thing, negative 2. For this problem, let's begin by turning this into degrees. 180 over 60 is 30, times 7 is 210 degrees. Now the reference angle on this, we are 30 degrees away from the 180 line. And cosecant, that's like sine, 1 over sine. That's y values, which are negative, down below the x-axis. So this is going to be negative cosecant of 30 if I rewrite that with a reference angle. I can rewrite this with sine now. This is really negative 1 over sine of 30. Sine of 30 is 1/2, so this is negative 1 over 1/2, which same change flip is going to give me negative 2.